Hey guys, it's Tasha here, and today I'm going to do another video talking about my recent pregnancy. I did a video about my delivery process, so now I'm just going to be talking about my time in the hospital. Maybe I'll catch up on the NICU part, or I might have to say that for another video. We'll see. Like I said in my last video, I was really bummed that, when I had my first two children, when we got to do the, after the C-section, I had to go do recovery in a different area where like other people were recovering too, and I'd wait there for 30 minutes before I could go back to my room and actually be with the baby. So this time around they took me right back to my room, and I remember asking the nurse, I was like, am I going to recovery? And they're like, oh, we do recovery right in the room now. And I remember I was so mad because I finally get this opportunity to recover with the baby, and I had August early, so he was getting ready to be transported to another hospital. So that was really aggravating. Like, I know it was the best thing for him, and that's what he needed, but it was just like really just my luck. I kind of slept a lot right after the C-section, just because it's a tough thing on your body, and I was upset I didn't get to have my son, and then my other son had passed away, and so I was waiting to be able to hold him. I think it was about 4 hours after my surgery when they finally brought Alec, the child that passed away at 20 weeks, to see me, and it was rough. It's hard to not be emotional, but for some people, they might not want to see that. It might be worse for them, but I've realized for a lot of people it's sort of like a bonding thing. You didn't get to really spend any time with them, and obviously they're not there anymore, but I think it's a coping thing, it's a grief thing, and it helps a lot of moms. It sounds weird, maybe morbid to people that have never experienced it, and even me beforehand, I might have I never really judged, because being a mom and seeing other people with their grieving babies, I never judged them, but I thought, is that something I would want to do? Wouldn't that be kind of hard? But once you go through it, it's a totally different experience, and it's you feel bad for even thinking that, because you were never really judging the people, but in a way you're wouldn't it be worse type of thing. And like I said, going through it, it's an awful thing to go through, and everybody copes in their own way, and I think for me it was a really, really great bonding time, especially since, August wasn't able to be in there with me. He's being, getting ventilators put in and everything else. So, I wasn't able to be there for him. So it was kind of like Alec was there for me. There was a nurse on staff that I had actually talked to before I even went in. I talked on the phone. My OB, the social worker that's at my OB's office, got me in contact with this nurse. She's actually the bereavement nurse, and she wasn't even working that night. She came in because of me going into the emergency C-section. She is wonderful. I'm not going to say her name or anything on there because I don't have permission, and she didn't ask for any of this, but I just wanted to really stress that there are really wonderful people out there, and she is one of them. She was the one that she took pictures of Alec, because by the time I had him, he had already started to change. The pictures she took of him, you could see his hands very clearly, you could see his feet really clearly, even his face looked more clear. By the time he got to me, he was starting to change a lot. His hands were kind of warped together, and they just looked like you couldn't see fingers or anything. It was just all kind of forming together, and his face, from the pressure, it had flattened it. So being able to see the pictures of what he looked like right away was nice, and she was able to get really good feet prints and hand prints, and we shipped out his feet and hand prints to an organization called Mammy's Poppy's Plates, and they make plates free of charge. They're decorative plates. You get to pick out the design, and then they put the name, the birth weight, and the handprints and the feet prints. Was I saying fingerprints this whole time? I meant handprints and feet prints. But yeah, they do it free of charge. They do send out a thing if you want to sponsor another plate. I'll probably link them down below. Actually, I'll show off the plate. So this is the plate. I picked out the polka dots, and it has his name, Alec Thomas Collins, his weight, his length, the time he was born, the date of his birth, and his handprints and feet prints. So, like I said, this was free to me. The back of it says, "He heals the brokenhearted." It says, Mammy's Poppy's Plates, donation by Team Olivia Faith Beebe. I think that's Beebe. So, like, somebody donated this plate. So they sponsored, they paid for it. So, if you want to sponsor a plate, that link will be down below. But it's so nice. I keep it up in my living room with a copy of the funeral program guide thingy, and then a little heart and poem that I also got in the hospital. Like, I got a big thing of stuff at the hospital for him. I got a heart-shaped box that had a whole bunch of stuff. Like, there was like a bracelet that they put around him, and then I think a matching one for me. There was this little stuffed animal as a little puppy dog that they had placed by him, so they gave that to me. When the preacher came and did like a little blessing ceremony, the seashell that they put the holy water in, I got to keep the seashell with a little poem and a little baggie. I got a bracelet that a mom that has lost a child makes for like all the moms that go through that there at the hospital. It was just a blue. I don't know if they make it like color coordinated for if you had a boy or a girl. Mine was like dark blue with like those stopper gems, really pretty stopper, like diamond looking ones, and then it had like just a single wing. And I used to wear that every day, but I took it off because it was starting to like chip off, like the blue beads were, and I didn't want to like chip it off anymore. Don't really know where it's at right now, but I wanted to try to like seal it. I got tons of copies of his feet prints and his handprints and just a lot of stuff. Like, I can't even like go through all the stuff that she had put together. And a photo book of the pictures of him. Like, these were his like little hands, and here's his little feet. Obviously, I have pictures of what he looked like fully. I do have, I just don't want, like, I've been very selective on where I post the pictures of what he looks like. I think it's, for me, it's a memory thing. People are going to have thousands of pictures of their children. I have thousands of pictures of my other kids. These are the only pictures I'm going to have of him besides the ultrasound. So it's like important for me to share them. Try not to cry. So I don't know, like, some people take it the wrong way, or people are like say negative things, and I don't really want that. So I don't know. I don't think I want to show a full body picture, but this is the there's the box that I have, a little card that I got. I got to keep the "It's a Boy" banner, and then there's the stuffed animal, and then there's the bracelet, the big bracelet for me, and then that little one they had around him. So, and it was really nice because on every page there's like a little poem, little sayings to kind of get you through. And then the front of it has his name as well. And so that was really sweet. The whole time I was there, though, they let me keep him, and they said, when I was ready, I could give him back. And it was so hard for me to like comprehend that, because it's like, why would you want to give him back? I mean, obviously, he's not really there anymore, and his body was just only going to keep decomposing. But that's your child, that's your baby, and it's just such a hard thing to do. So I actually kept him with me overnight. He came in this little blue crocheted like poncho, and then another like a matching blanket with that. And I just had him lay on my chest all day, or sometimes on my belly, just wherever I moved him to. And He was with me all day, um, and then the next day, I think it was all day Saturday. Well, I had the C-section at 5-ish. I didn't get him until like around 9 or 10, and so up until 1 o'clock the next day, I had him with me. And every once in a while, the nurse would come in and be like, are you ready to give him back yet? And I was like, no. They're like, okay, just take your time. Um, when they discharged me, normally when you have a C-section, you're there for 3 days. They discharged me in 1 day. This was my third one. My incision looked good. I was getting up and walking around. So they discharged me, and then I went to the other hospital that my son was at. So I had to give, Alec back, and that was hard. While I was there too, I'd called a funeral home and got in touch with the owners of that, and they were the ones that came to pick him up, and I decided to have him cremated. So they came and picked him up and did that, and then we had his services a week after I had my C-section. But yeah, so the next day when I got to go to the NICU, it was really hard because he, was on the ventilator, and he, had so many different medicines, like so many, like hardcore, like my mom, who has been a drug addict since I was second or third grade, when I told her, like, what he was on, she was like, that's what I've been addicted to, and blah, 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 whatever. So, it was pretty hardcore stuff, and he, was kind of out of it. I'll put up some pictures of what he looks like. So he, was pretty jaundiced. He was on his bilirubin levels were really high, so they had him on the Billy lights, and they said when I went there the day to go see him at the NICU, the doctor said that he was at the highest care he could get. They usually say they have a 3-day period where they're either going to get over the hump or they're going to get worse. And if he got any worse, then he would have had to get transported either to Chicago or Bradley's Children's Hospital down in Indy. And we were really lucky that he turned around really quickly. He was off the ventilator within 3 days or 2 days. Like he was off it pretty quick because they were slowly like taking him down, and then he was on the nose cannula for quite a while. He was at the NICU for a total of 3 weeks. Had him April 1st. We got to leave April 22nd. The entire process was really hard, but there's a lot of different organizations and community things out there to give you some help, and somebody that's going through what you're going through. Another organization that I had been notified of and reached out to me was called Emma's Footprints, and I'll link them down below too if you'd like to donate to them. They give care packages to people like moms and stuff in the NICU, and I think they also do it for grieving parents. Like I obviously am not the norm. I was a grieving parent and had a child in the NICU. So they do it for both. But I think, like, in general, they kind of just, take the care packages every once in a while to the NICUs. I don't think they do it for every single person, but because they had referred me to the company, they had sent me a special care package at the NICU that had stuff for grief and stuff in it. And it was really nice. Like, I got a coffee mug, I got some tea, I got a really cool, like, journal. I think it was, like, Journaling Through Grief or something was the name of it. But it was really nice, like, really thick, nice, blanket. I got a couple other nice things, and, I try to keep up with what they're doing on Facebook. They had, like, I really wanted to go to it, I wasn't able to, but the community got together, and they, assembled all the care packages. My stuff came in a nice, like, tote bag, and it's purple with Emma's Footprints on it, the logo, and then a butterfly. Yeah, it's such a hard thing to go through, and I don't wish anybody had to go through that, but if you do, there are organizations out there. Just, try to find them. If you are not able, if, you're just too like overwhelmed, there's too much going on. You know, if you talk to other people that are close to you, like family members, that you could say, you know, I'm not really feeling up to going out and reaching out to anybody, but you know, could you look up to see what we have locally for, you know, grief support, you know, anything. It's all out there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make another video of, you know, just his progress through the NICU, because I have a terrible memory and I don't remember exactly like this is what happened. This was when they, you know, decreased his meds. This is when he was off his meds. This is when they took out all of his IVs. You know, all that stuff. I don't know the exact time frame, so I'm gonna leave that probably to another video. But this is just my video of my experience at the hospital and then going to the NICU. So you know, I don't always post serious videos, but my channel, it's mostly like beauty and fashion forward, but since it's my channel and I look at this as, you know, kind of about me, like not to be like vain or anything, but this is my like hobby. This is what I do because I like to do it. So I'm going to put some personal things in there too. So if you don't like, you know, all the personal videos, you want to stick to just beauty, then don't even bother watching these videos. But if you do like these videos, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed it. If you're not already and you did enjoy this video or any of my other videos, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep up with all my new videos that are coming out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, bye!